here and talk with my husband while I do them. I was like, what is that sound? It's my phone. Let me just mute that. Alright, today I decided we will be doing some diamond painting. I saw this cute little set that was called the coffee, the tea, and the matcha, and I had to get it. So here it is. I have ironed it out. It looks a little folded because I still have the plastic on it. Oh no! I might have ironed it a little too well in that corner. And this corner.
Fine.
Yeah, it just got a little. Gonna keep this because I'm a hoarder. That's probably gonna be useful somewhere else. And I have some release paper that I will be using to cover the rest of it so I don't have to keep playing with the plastic trying to
Stick to your arm?
yeah, or roll it over so that it's not in my way. And it's probably a good way to pace the whole thing. So who knows? Maybe we'll finish it in 2 weeks. Maybe we'll finish it in 10 months.
Hey, maybe we'll finish it in 5 years. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah. We shall see. I guess we'll start with this top corner and see how far we get. Ah, I touched it. No one saw that. Is that okay on this? Should I get closer?
To your right. There we go.
Okay, well I'm trying not to crease it with my elbow. Here we are, unboxing all of the little diamond doohickey things. Okay, that's a weird way. Like, you could have just put glue right here and flip this. But no, I guess you could use a whole thing. I do not keep trash. I'm not that much of a hoarder. Here you go, husband. Trash. And these kits usually come with these little cheapy pen with wax and one tray for all of these, lovely diamonds. But we're not using that. More trash. I bought one of these fancy things, and I believe it was Amazon. And you just twist this guy at the top, and wax comes out here, and you put the wax inside, and it has been so much better.
Just to clarify, the wax is to pick up the little diamond things in case you don't know how any of this works.
Yes, yes. You do need the wax to get the diamonds to stick to the pen. I also bought these cool trays. It says keep calm and diamond paint. I don't know what orientation the camera is.
I believe it's facing towards your right.
To my right. Oh, either way. But here we go. I bought a ton of these trays. Let's see. Yes?
If you can do it, it'd be great if you rotate the diamond painting to the right. Oh no, then
Can't you rotate the image? What do you want me to do?
That's a good point.
Alright.
I've studied this a lot, but this is my first time ever doing it in actuality.
Let's see. This is kind of confusing because in this corner, I don't know if everyone can see it, it says symbol, so I guess this is a symbol on the painting. Then it has a number and then a DMC number, and I guess the DMC is the manufacturer's way of identifying it. But, okay, so I think this says all these numbers on it. I'm assuming this is supposed to be 18. This is supposed to be the V color, but does not match whatsoever. So either I'm reading this wrong, or this is just the weird color it's gonna be. Let's see. 5, 6. Oh wow, that's a lot. Okay. Look at all of the lovely colors. I guess most of this video is going to be unpacking what's down here. Okay. Let's see here. I could just grab the ones in this corner. So I need 6. See, here's 6. Okay, I might need scissors. Do I have scissors at my desk?
I don't believe at your desk.
I do not. Someone keeps stealing my crafting scissors. That someone is my husband. While he walks away, I guess I could show you random stuff on my desk. Here's a nice little collab with Cinnamoroll and Cardcaptor Sakura. Isn't she adorable? Let's see. Here's Kirby, being the singer he is. And Cinnamoroll's best character, Milk, with Cinnamoroll. What else do I got? I have post-it notes with a bunch of Cinnamals. I'm probably going to use that to mark. I will use that to mark what numbers are what.
And just as a heads up, in rotating it, I had to reduce the amount of area visible, so it's mostly centered around here when you hold stuff.
Okay. Thank you. Here we go. Cutting all the stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I needed 6. Here's 6. Put that over here. 7. Oh, look at this. This poor little diamond got crushed.
You might want to hold that down a little. It's too close.
Too close?
Oh, the camera just started focusing.
Oh,
there.
Okay. Yeah, poor little diamond got crushed. Poor diamond. Can you see what I'm doing, or am I off screen?
A little off screen, like the top of your hand.
Screen. Yeah, eventually I'll get a better camera set up. This is just my webcam, just turned down. And my husband has my screen, so I have no idea what you guys can see and what you can't see. So if you can't see anything, blame my husband. Woo! That's a lot of diamonds. Holy crap.
The main issue there was the camera, for whatever reason, was taking forever to focus, and I had no ability to force it to focus.
If you open the Razer Synapse, you can get it to either autofocus or focus. I think there's also, I think if I turn it, it'll focus, but I don't want to mess with it when I can't see what's going on. Oh no, okay. Cut that just for shits and giggles. Ah! Okay, where do I put my scissors? I'll put them in there. I was showing the group, or the peoples, or some of my little knickknacks. Last one, I swear. Look at this, isn't he cute? He's holding a tomato. Little tomato. I gotta find the other one. Oop. I guess I should mute my phone, but that would be responsible. I have another one. I don't know where I put it, but they're supposed to link together and make a little chain. I gotta find the other one so I can link them together. Okay, I do need to move the camera slightly so that you guys aren't. I don't know. Because leaning forward. Should I turn this so I don't accidentally crease it with my elbow? It'll be fine. Alright, we got, this is 6. I guess I wasn't done with my scissors. Here we go. Put the scissors in. Ah, I lost one! No one saw that. No one saw that. It's not on my shirt.
I mean, no one really did see that.
And you just shake them out, and they'll eventually go into those little grooves. Oh, get off of there. You don't belong on there.
That is one of the downsides of working with stuff like this. If you ever for a moment look away when you're putting something down, it's gonna get stuck.
It is. Might have to iron that all over again. But here we go. First diamond on the page. All the way up here. Bloop. Bloop. More bloops. I gotta figure out which one to see. Oh yeah, you did. And so, just so you guys could see, there's a, I don't know if it's focusing right.
It's focusing still on the picture.
On the picture? Okay, well, this is hollow. And so there's wax right there. And when I poke the diamond with the wax, it sticks. I don't know if that was beneficial to show anybody. But
I think it matters. By the way, I tried to adjust the focus in the Synapse app, and it told me that I can't because it's in use by another program.
oh, because OBS. Then the one thing I like about this one is it's got a nice edge. I could just flip it over and
Line it all up?
yep. Let's hope I get through a lot of this. And here's the boring part that for YouTube I'll probably edit and make it all super fast into a nice little short.
I don't know if it counts as the boring part if you're moving as fast as you are.
I don't think this is very fast.
Yeah, it looks pretty fast. You're moving with some pretty good coordination there.
Look at this tiny broken diamond. Get it off of there.
Ruining your diamonds already.
I didn't do that. They manufactured it that way, and I like to put the broken ones back in the little bag and then throw them out altogether. But yes, this is diamond art. You just zone out and keep playing.
Maybe we need to find some royalty-free music to play in the background.
Yes, originally I was thinking about singing and stuff, but still haven't started my singing portion of singing Chocho, which is hilarious because when I thought of streaming, that was what I originally wanted to do, and then I got super shy, super scared, and I didn't even grab a diamond with that.
Yeah, I saw you kind of just shifted one.
Bloop. Bloop. Yeah. I don't think I can craft and sing well, decently, at the same time.
I mean, disregarding ability, the sheer energy consumption of that is probably going to be a bit too much.
He speaks of energy because the reason why we started this stream is that I have an energy disability that is kind of well known, kind of not. I think it was officially added to medicine, I think maybe 20 years ago. It is called MECFS, and I need more wax, so I just slightly turn this. Don't have to do much, and more wax comes out. And if I get too much, I just take my nail and I push all the rest off of it. Then I can put my trash in my little trash bag. Because the wax is probably reusable, but at the same time, lazy. But what was I saying? I was saying...
You're talking about it being added to the list of disabilities and all that stuff.
Yes. It is still rather hard to get diagnosed with it, and rather hard to get Social Security disability benefits. It took, I believe, it took me 3 years. I got a double diamond, so I'm going to try to stick both of them on there and not do it well. If you can hear that screaming bird, that is my baby. His name is Fuji. I would have him out while I'd craft if he didn't demand that my hands were his property and me touching anything else is absolute sacrilege.
Let's also just acknowledge that him around an adhesive piece of paper or whatever you want to call it would probably not go well.
He'll probably also try to eat all the diamonds.
Try to eat all the diamonds, get his beak stuck to the paper, normal stuff.
Yeah, but mostly it would be, Mother, why are you touching that instead of me? Bite. Bite, bite, bite.
Yes, he's
a bitey baby.
He's very much a diva.
He loves... What was that?
First time chat. AI viewers. It's just somebody telling us that they can add AI.
I really wonder what streamers would be still popular if we removed all the bots.
Probably a lot of them would be still popular because the bots are just how you get there in the first place.
That's true.
Then after that, everybody already thinks you're popular, so they stay committed.
Or that they're actually interested,
Oh, that's fair. But, getting your foot in the door is the hard part.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are lots of people who are just as interesting as PewDiePie or whoever, Iron Mouse, any of those types of things, but that they just aren't known. Not saying anything bad about Iron Mouse or any of them, but just there's a lot of unrecognized talent.
Everybody's talented. Everyone has gifts. Everyone has strengths. And all should be celebrated.
Yeah.
Unless you're an ass. Then it's kind of hard to celebrate you. But yes, disability, MECFS, called myalgic encephalomyelitis, or chronic fatigue syndrome. And a lot of doctors, even nowadays, will hear chronic fatigue and think it's just chronic fatigue. But chronic fatigue syndrome is something completely different. Yes, fatigue is part of it, but it's how the fatigue manifests. It is all about the reaction across several days, months, versus, oh, I'm just tired all the time. For example, in my case, I knew I had something wrong with me as a kid, but everyone kept telling me that I was lazy because I couldn't run the mile. And I literally couldn't run the mile. I could run maybe like sprinting, and I'll sprint that first length, but then I wouldn't be able to do anything else afterwards. And I would have to walk it the rest of the way and then still be extremely exhausted right after. And people thought that I just didn't like running, which I don't, but it wasn't because I was being lazy, it was because my body would literally shut down, which, shame on my PE teacher. I did pass out one time, and he did not call the ambulance or anything like that. I just woke up and just went back to class because they were just like, oh, you're probably anemic. Move on. And wasn't until 5 years ago, around 5 years ago?
4 years.
4 years ago, where they actually figured out what was going on, but that was because I was being very, how do you say, proactive with trying to figure out what was wrong with me. Because I was tired of hearing, oh, it's depression, oh, this, oh, that. And it's like, no, yes, that probably could be playing a part of it, but that doesn't explain the fainting, the being absolutely drained where I can't even get out of bed after physical activity for several weeks. And I did a full cardiac workup, did all this testing, bunch of needles, much fun, and they never found anything specific. And that's how you get diagnosed with ME/CFS. You have to have absolutely nothing else wrong with you, but have all these symptoms. And they say it's very common, and that 10% of the population probably has it. But there's still like this, not stigma per se, but there's still not any acceptance for it.
It's also just a general lack of awareness about it amongst doctors and all of them.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was that there were maybe 5 people in the whole state who were specialists who actually studied it. Beyond that, it's doctors may have heard of it or may say that they just don't believe it's real.
I have had several doctors tell me that they did not believe chronic fatigue syndrome was real and that it was probably something else. But then they would tell me that there's nothing wrong with me, so pretty much go away, leave me alone.
Oh, and, yeah, I mean, why would they be wrong about it not being real?
Yeah. And so you have to be your own advocate when it comes to your health, which is kind of sad because that's not what they teach you in schools. You know, they teach you to trust your doctor. I didn't grab a diamond then again. Oh no, I did. It just plopped right off. It's right here. There you go. They tell you to trust your doctor, and your doctors know, and your doctors are always gonna be up to date. But a lot of these people, they're not up to date. So
it is funny to think not up to date when chronic fatigue first was discovered in the 60s, and then they coined the term in the 80s, but then in 2011 they updated how you test for it, how you find it.
Yes, so now the golden standard is something called the CPET, culinary pulmonary. Culinary. I said it. Yes, culinary. What is it?
Cardiopulmonary endurance testing.
There you go. Yeah, I'm already tired. I'm sorry. Like, I know this doesn't seem like much to you guys, but this is taking everything in me just to sit up, just to do this. I'm already tired. Like, my hand, or, of course, when I try to show you, my hand's like slightly shaking. That is how fatigued my muscles are. But yes, if you have or suspect or if you think that you could have chronic fatigue, the things that usually pointed out are if after work you have to sit in your car and rest before driving home. That's probably, that is my phone again. I really need to mute it. I didn't grab a diamond again. Yeah, if you have to rest before driving home, you might have chronic fatigue. If after exercise you do not feel refreshed, even after going at it, like there's a difference between conditioning and chronic fatigue. But if it's clearly not your conditioning, then you might have chronic fatigue. What else were the signs? If you need to take naps quite a bit just to get through the day, you most likely have chronic fatigue. If those naps, in my case, it wasn't naps, I kind of would just pass out. So if it's like a nap but it's unintentional, that might point to something. And of course, like for people who have epilepsy or narcolepsy, that might be a little difficult because you could have, they're called comorbidities. When, okay, now I think I need new wax again. This is not coming out. Where you have multiple medical conditions and they kind of just play off each other. And so that was one of the difficulties in getting diagnosed, was because I do have depression, mental illness. It's probably bipolar, actually. We're still trying to figure that out. Yes?
Type 2, to be specific.
Bipolar type 2, yes, because there is a difference between type 1 and type 2. I dropped a diamond. I'll just leave that there. That's fine.
It's on a letter that's the same.
It's on a number that is the same.
Number, letter. One other thing to keep track of for noticing if you have ME/CFS is that it's not just that you feel fatigue, but that also it kind of feels like over time your fatigue, it's easier and easier to get fatigued as you do more stuff. So it's like inverse conditioning. Your body is losing capacity.
Yes, if instead of getting stronger you're getting weaker, that might be an indication.
It also, weirdly enough, presents very similarly to long-haul COVID.
Yes, and the only reason why ME/CFS is getting any attention at the moment is because of long COVID. So long COVID presents the same, it's not really the same, but it is the same at the same time, weirdly enough. And those symptoms will present similarly, but with long COVID, I do believe there is actually something wrong with the heart. It's just not calciable. It doesn't show up in tests as of this moment.
Yeah, we don't have a test that actually shows what they think is happening.
So they know that there's damage to the heart. They know that there's damage to certain, I guess because COVID was so recent, I know for us it feels so far away, but because it was recent in terms of medicine time, they don't actually know the effects, the long-term effects for the people who did get COVID. So in the next 10, 20 years, we might be seeing a lot of cases of severe long COVID where they might have symptoms that we never even knew were going to happen. More wax for the wax bag.
Wax for the wax god.
And bloop. But yes, I hope no one else has to suffer long COVID or chronic fatigue. I would not wish this on my worst enemies, as I tell my friends a lot, because it sucks. It sucks so much. because you have the energy, or you don't have the energy, but you have the desire to do things. And that's one of the worst things for your mental health. And so you have to choose between, a lot of the times, your mental health and your physical health. It's like, oh, well, I don't really feel good today. But at the same time, if I don't do anything, I'm gonna get super depressed.
And just to be clear to everybody, it's not just physical activity, it's also mental activity. Sitting there and watching TV can drain your energy just the same.
Yes. If you get really fatigued after being in the car, that can also be an indicator of chronic fatigue, because that is one of the very well known things about chronic fatigue amongst the people who treat it, is that car rides just activate the brain so much that for people with chronic fatigue, that does affect mental load, or, like, because not everyone has the physical aspects and not everyone has the mental aspects. You could have some weird combination of both, or you could just have one. Unfortunately, I have both. And car rides suck so much. I'll either get extremely nauseous because of how exhausted I am, or I'll just pass right out. And I don't like falling asleep in the car because my husband drives like a crazy person. So I have to watch. And I feel like it's just not going to end well if I don't watch. But that's I guess, future. I need to mark this. I did say I was going to use these. I had a nice pink pen. This was number 6, right?
Yes.
6. I'm going to just take this cute little cinnamon, and I'm going to take... where should I put this?
You have someone at the front door.
We have someone at the front door again?
The package. There
Oh, okay. This isn't sticky.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but it's, look, it's not sticking.
Some tape. I'll be right back.
Well, I probably should have gotten a smaller piece of paper, too. Maybe I'll just push it over like this, and then put it right here. There we go. 6. And I'll put this aside, because I don't need that for a little while.
You need any tape?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. And it seems like we are on to our next letter. Let's do number... I say letter and then number after I messed with my husband. Let's do number 1. I'll grab one of the big trays. We'll just cut this open. Nicely pour it out this time. And there we go. And we'll just shake it. Shake, 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 shake. Don't you love physics? When things come out the way you want? Alright, there we go. And I probably should have gone to C, but I'll find it later. Do-do-do. Back to this. But yeah, I guess a little bit about me while my husband's away doing stuff. I was an engineer. I absolutely loved what I did. I worked a lot with, it's called CAD, computer-aided design, and I worked with a bunch of other engineers, techs, and we would create things. And I would make the models, do the 3D drawings, send the drawings off for a review or production. And it was the best job I ever had. but that's when my symptoms started getting pretty bad. I actually was bedridden for,
3 months?
I think it was like a whole year, where it was really hard to go just from the bed to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And it took 3 years to get to the point today where I can sit up at least for a few hours. And so imagine going from creating a bunch of cool things and having fun interactions and being all smart to not being able to do anything.
And you even got work from home permission and all that stuff for a little while there, which was not ideal because the stuff you were working on kind of mostly couldn't be done from home.
Yeah.
But even working from home, if I recall right, you just couldn't stay on it because of the fatigue for the mental aspect there.
No, I did work from home, but the problem was is I had to work part-time. So that was what ruined my career, is that people who hire engineers, they don't want engineers part-time. They want engineers there 24/7, even though that's not legal. And that's just the way of the world, where they say they understand work-life balance, but who actually gives work-life balance in this economy for Americans? I guess, spoiler alert, I am an American. Hooray. May or may not be absolutely thrilled with what my country has done to the rest of the world and is still doing. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. But we have been, I guess, trying to survive in this economy, but it's also hard when your breadwinner loses every form of uh, ability to make money.
Gainful employment ability.
Yeah, because who wants to hire an engineer part-time when you could have an engineer full-time who might work overtime? But what can you do? This is life. We all just try to survive. We all try to keep going with what we're given. And I guess that's the point of this stream, to maybe give somebody some inspiration to just keep going. Because a lot of people like us are struggling. Why not struggle together? At least it's less lonely. But yeah, I don't mind if no one watches this. Bunch of people watch it. Just whoever watches it, know that you're not alone. No one is alone and everyone is alone at the same time. It's kind of weird.
It's that connection gap of we'll never truly connect because we can't read each other's minds, but at the same time, we're close enough as is that we can kind of live with what we got.
We're all going through the same shit, even though sometimes it is slightly different, but it's the same shit.
Maybe Musk isn't going through the same shit.
He's got his own issues. Whether or not you would actually consider them real issues is up for debate. But yeah, I don't agree with the way this country has gone, the way it has become an oligarchy. A lot of people are getting left behind. A lot of people are just suffering and just trying to survive. And it's because there are a certain number of people at the top who just really like pushing everybody else down. Someone run for office. Replace the people who have allowed other people to get away with shit that they should not be getting away with. This is number 1. I write a 1 in my nice pink.
On your nice cinnamon sundae.
My cinnamon sundae.
Or is that a float? Or?
I think it's a float, actually. It looks like a soda float. Push the diamonds out of the way. Stick it down here. And stick it on top. Here's the cool thing about these. They stack. Oh yeah, look at that. That's so pretty.
Oh yeah.
I just need to get labels for... I'm not going to turn that over. I need to get labels for the sides. That way it's easier. Okay, now I gotta find V. V is 18. 18. That's 19. Is it the one that has... Oh, yes. It's the one that had 2 packets because there's just so many. I can do it.
Yeah. It's not like you have scissors right next to you or anything.
Why would I use scissors?
Yeah, just rip it and rip it.
It's got the weird edge for a reason. My little trash pile. Look at that tiny, tiny, tiny diamond. Oops. Shook it too hard. Shake, 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 shake. Physics. So the way this works, when you shake it, because the bottom, the way the diamonds are shaped, the bottom has all the mass, it'll flip over and then go into these nice little grooves. Hooray, physics. Oh, look, it put itself down.
In the right spot.
In the right spot and everything. That is great.
Ah, nice.
The universe. Oh no! I did the thing where I said I wasn't gonna crease it with my elbow.
And you creased it with your elbow?
I did crease it with my elbow.
It'll be fine.
Ah, yes. That is my life. Where I am now. How I got here. Why I am streaming for everybody and nobody at the same time. Oh, I guess it wasn't perfect. Or maybe I didn't put those. Ah, I got it! I got it! No one saw that.
I don't know what we didn't see. Yeah. I didn't see anything.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start right here, so I stop doing that. So I think I've done that 3 or 4 times already. That one was just extremely stuck because I legit just pushed my palm down on there. Like a crazy person. I didn't grab a diamond. Bloop. We gotta figure out how to edit videos to make this all fast, to make a little promo.
Yeah.
Because if this stream doesn't work out, that's totally fine. But I'm sure as hell gonna do my best.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try. And even if it goes nowhere, at least I had fun. At least I did something.
Are some of those V's and some of those Y's?
Yes. Some of them were 6s and some of them were C's, so this is a dyslexic person's worst nightmare.
Which you are?
I am dyslexic, yes. It's really funny playing rhythm games where it's just left and right. And I'll always get confused. Because right and left are confusing to me sometimes. Some people get like tattooed, like it'll say right and then left on this one. And I was like thinking about that. I was like, that's actually pretty smart. Because you don't always have time to be like, okay, this is an L, you know? Kind of removes the guessing. But yes, yes?
Which one is it? Is this an L or is this an L?
They're both L's. They're backwards. They're neither of them were L's, by the way, internet. He showed me backward L's, and I said both of them were L's. Yep. I'm brilliant. Do 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 do. But what else? What else should we talk about? What do we do? Who are you people?
I wasn't sure how you were doing at this point with your MECFS, since you were only planning on an hour and it's
How many?
coming up on it.
Oh, well, I don't want to have to. I guess I could just cover this.
I mean, you can totally keep going. You're not at an hour yet, but you're getting close.
Okay.
You're at 50.
Maybe I'll just like zone out and completely forget I'm streaming.
Or maybe you'll move in so close to get a good image that you'll put your glasses and your eyeball on screen.
Eyeballs. Oh no, they'll know the color of my hair and my glasses. Whatever shall I do?
They'll know your skin color.
I
They
know.
couldn't get that from your hand.
Maybe I'll do a stream for like, I don't know. Never mind. I was thinking of trying to figure out how to, because I've always loved makeup and trying to figure out makeup and cosplay and stuff like that, but I never had the energy, the time, or the money to do any of that. Maybe I'll try to figure out easy ways for people with energy disabilities or something like that to be able to do stuff. When I first lost my job, I was thinking about trying to start a company to design things that'll help disabled people, like disability aids. There is a company that I keep seeing on the social medias that I forget what their name is, but they make like bras for women that can't reach, they can't, or they might not have both arms, both hands, or either hand. But yes, they're doing some cool stuff, and I like watch it, and I'm all there for it. But at the same time, I get jelly because I'm like, I wanted to do that. I wanted to help people, and maybe I still can, but no way am I reliable. Some days I'm in bed, some days I'm up, and maybe I'll wash some of the birds' dishes, but I can't cook regularly. I can't clean regularly. Can't even play with my birds regularly. So how am I supposed to help someone else when I need help myself? I don't know if you can hear Fuji, but he's like, Mother, love me. It is my turn, Mother.
Since I don't think we said his name before, Fuji being the biggest baby of the group of birds.
We say big, but he's pretty small. He's just a green cheek conure. They are the smallest form of parrot. We also have two parakeets, or budgies, as the rest of the world calls them. One is an English budgie, and one is an American budgie. The American is blue. He looks pretty standard blue and white with black accents. And the English one is green and yellow, and he's big and fluffy, and he's a giant derp, and I love him. He is hilarious, other than the fact that he tries to kill himself all the time. Somehow decided that he was going to fly into the ceiling. I don't know why or how, but he smacked himself against the ceiling and fell. That was
No,
terrifying.
he smacked himself against the ceiling and then did it again.
Yeah, he did it like 3 times in a row, and I don't know what he was thinking. He was clearly either scared of something or something stressed him out. But he hasn't done it since. He does weird things where he'll crash into something and then never crash into it again. So I don't know if it's like some weird developmental thing where he doesn't understand that it's solid until he smacks into it.
I mean, he is an English parakeet. They are famously inbred.
Yeah, he's a giant derp. He constantly fights with Fuji for food, even though they all get enough. They all get veggies and fruits and seed for good behavior. That's actually the only way we can get Fuji back into his cage, if you give him a little ball of millet, because he refuses to leave Mama.
Yeah.
And I can't get him off, because he'll go and hide on my back or in my hair. And that's like the third time I didn't grab a diamond. But he's a cutie pie. Maybe we'll put him on the stream one day. But he is notorious for biting me when I'm on the phone or when I'm just talking. So I don't think he'll do well on the stream, honestly.
Especially if you're crafting. He's gonna grab the thing you're crafting.
He's definitely gonna try to eat all these diamonds, and he likes breaking things because they be birds. That's how they play. He especially loves pens and pencils. He will try to bite the tips off. I think he's trying to eat the lead and the ink, but I didn't grab anything. Again, what? Okay. Maybe it's because the wax is old. It has been a long time since I used this. I think it's been over a year. I am just getting back into crafting and stuff. So, it has been a while since a lot of these things have been used.
I think it's been about 9 months since you used it last November.
What did I make?
The little maple leaves.
Oh, I thought that was 2 Novembers ago because we had renters. Last November, my family didn't come to visit because of the renters.
Oh, that might have been it.
Get out of there. What? Come here. Stop that. This is like a malformed diamond that refuses to not be used. It's like, use me, please. I'm perfect enough.
Yes, you are.
I hope people can actually hear you, because you're all the way over there.
I'm seeing the bar go up and down when I talk, so I assume that they can hear me. If they can't hear me, then that.
I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah. I mean, the bar goes up just the same amount when I talk as it does when you talk.
I do get rather quiet. Or I am also just rather quiet.
Also, I'm just rather loud.
Yeah, you are.
Wow. No hesitation.
I don't think anyone we know would hesitate.
Andrew?
Andrew would not hesitate.
No, he'd hesitate.
Oh, because of his analyzing it. What do I really want to say?
Yeah. See, I just had to pick someone who would always hesitate. Because they're always thinking it through.
I feel like there are some things he doesn't hesitate on. He just jumps in because he's already thought about those things. He doesn't have to think about it again.
It's fair. You know, when you're right, you're right. And you're always right.
Oh, I didn't grab one again. Usually we get more bots.
Yeah, well, sometimes. Not always.
That's true.
There's not a whole lot for me to do on this end right now with only one bot having shown up.
Well, this is our first time. I'm not very consistent with my streaming, and at the same time, we have been streaming something else, so this is a completely different format, completely different thing. And how do you advertise to nobody and everyone at the same time? Maybe we should put it under just talking or something like that. Maybe it's like a marketing thing.
Maybe. I feel like crafting is still better, but I could be very wrong there.
No, I'm not saying that what we're doing is the issue. It's the way we advertise and market it.
I think I got that. I was just thinking that for some reason crafting was still gonna get better results, but I think just chatting only works for people who are like established.
Mm. Why do you hate me, Wax?
Because it has to be somebody that you know you want to listen to just chatting.
Doo-doo-doo. There we are. Darn V's and Y's.
That will never stop being hilarious that they think it's a great idea to place such similar things together.
Well, for people who don't suffer from certain things, it'll be hard to understand how to be accessible. And that's why education is important and exposure is important.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You're an American talking about education being important? That's not allowed.
Why couldn't we have, 50s, 40s era stuff but without the racism?
And sexism.
Yes, and sexism. Why can't everything be good for everybody? Oh. Okay. What are even things that are popular nowadays? Do people have their own personalities still? Or is it all AI shit?
I mean, AI is a big thing, but there are definitely people with personalities, but at the same time, they're definitely heavily curated personalities. Just listening to Smosh, they've got podcasts, they do Twitch, they do YouTube, they do everything, and even listening to them, they talk about how heavily curated they have to make their personalities in order to fit with the audience.
That must be tiring.
That's the world of being an actor. Or being a celebrity, I guess, in general.
Yeah. just want to be me.
It's gonna be me.
Be me. As I completely crease this over here, no one's gonna see it. It'll be fine. That's a V. And that's a V. And that's a V. Oops. Oh, that's on the floor somewhere.
We'll find it afterwards.
That's for the vacuum. That's vacuum food now.
That's future vacuum problems.
Yep. We had tried to get a pet camera so that people could look at Fuji during the stream, but the camera we got doesn't connect to the computer, which I did not know. And then I forgot to return it. So no one gets to see Fuji.
Not even us, because we're stuck in a different room.
Yep. Can't stare at him from all the way over here. I mean, you could use your phone, but like, everything needs an app, everything's stupid. Oh, I keep grabbing 2 diamonds. I wonder if like my method or my the way I am choosing which one I put where, I wonder if that's gonna piss somebody off, because it's definitely not in an order that makes sense.
It is interesting. I mean, the fact you didn't do C after doing all of the 6s was definitely confusing to me.
Well, that's all.
Well,
I don't feel like it. That's the answer you get.
I mean, that's fair. You're allowed to do it however you want to. Doesn't it's however you feel like.
Oh my gosh, there's nothing there. Doop.
Alright, we're past an hour, but you can keep going if you want to.
I just want to finish what's exposed.
Okay.
Or should I just finish the V and then cover it?
So why is the V's or just the V's? I'd probably just finish the V's and then cover it, because there's a lot of different types in that little corner section in the bottom right there.
It's a good thing I don't really use this desk for anything else.
Yes, good
This
thing.
can just sit for a week. Or who knows? This is easy enough. We might be able to do it every day. But first, let's start slow. We'll build up Don't want to cause a crash because I still want to do shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I would go faster if I could guarantee that I would get a diamond when I poke it.
If you had fresh wax.
It is fresh. Well, fresher than, you know, maybe. But it's in a container. I got the stuff on the tip off. Wax shouldn't go bad like that.
Agreed. It shouldn't.
I wonder what this wax is based off, though. Or what it's made out of. Cancer? Oh yeah,
I believe it.
Fujiji. You hear that scream, bloody murder? Oh, now kissies? Mwah! Oh, good boy. Yeah, mommy's coming. You wait. Mommy's almost done.
Just you wait.
That made me think of a Hamilton song. Or at least I remember Lin-Manuel singing something.
Yeah, no, that was from a Hamilton song.
Oh, that was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I knew that.
It's from Alexander Hamilton, the song.
Totally knew that. Totally pay attention. So
That's
close.
about right.
So close. Da 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 da. I find it funny that Hamilton was what, in his 20s, and everyone's like, oh, look at us, you know, we're all old, and the founding fathers were like in their early 20s, but it's like, yeah, they didn't have 80-year-old people above them preventing them doing anything.
Well, they did. They just, literally started a war to get rid of those people telling them what to do.
Well, they had one person telling them what to do. That person wasn't all that old.
How old was King George?
I don't know.
I honestly have no idea, actually, thinking about it.
Okay, there you go. Now I have King George's song stuck in my head. You say.
Price of my love is a price you're not willing to pay. I'm not singing that louder because if I do, it might, get copyright issues.
Okay, you keep saying copyright issues, but at the same time, you're like, you could totally sing, but then you bring up these copyright issues. So, which is it?
As far as I understand it, in order to sing a cover, you have to sing the full actual cover. Singing a bit does not count as a cover, so you could get in trouble for that.
But isn't there the 7-second rule?
Yeah, I don't know if that necessarily applies to just a single bit or if it is like across the bits you use. So if you use multiple different ones from the same song, if it's 7 seconds total. I'm also just bad at making sure how many seconds I do, so.
Okay, but you stopped me from doing it.
That's fair. I apologize.
Trying to straighten out these diamonds, because that's how this works. There is no... Oh, I touched it again. I'll probably try again once I finish. Push that over. I just realized on these markings, this one is V, which is 18. So I'm going to put V and then 18 and shove that right there. And I forget what this was 6. Oh, 6 is 6. I didn't have to worry about that. 1 is 1. So it's just the ones that have letters. Alright. Clean up my little trash area. Grab my cinema. Move my pens. Dump all the diamonds up there. And we will cover this. Grab my release paper. And there we go. That will be for next time. I hope everybody had some fun listening.